Tram photo man, you my photo them selfie.
Strong, Samson
With a smartphone.
Let's go. No, the Delilah, fresh.
At the same, this is Reggie Rockstone, your Central President, the Grandpapa, microphone chapter, a blood doctor, the hip life originator, and I've been on a long journey. My sister, baby Nayoka. This is my journey. This is your journey. Let's go.
The shortcuts don't really, hey, like my friend would say, there's no elevators to the top, man. Because the elevators will break down, stairs will always be there.
Especially when there's light off and stuff. In Ghana, you know what?
I originally set off to be an actor.
Were you good? Were you really good?
Wait till I tell Idris this one. You know, I do not consider myself legally nor morally bound to obey laws made by any institution in which I have no representation. That's it.
Wow.
Got it. That's it. And here I am.
I can't believe you left. Were you the cause of Promzi leaving VIP? Hello and welcome to The Journey Ghana. My name is Nayoka Oware. I hope you're ready for this because it is going to be good. So stay tuned.
Traveling on my journey, wading through the water, it's sort of been looking murky.
Hello Reggie.
Greetings, sister.
Thank you. Welcome to The Journey.
Thank you.
I know you're extremely busy, so I'm grateful that you took the time out to meet with me today.
I have time for you.
Thank you so much. Now Reggie, when we talk about hip life, your name is the first to leave everybody's mouth. You are the grandpapa of hip life. Now how does it feel to know that you've gained that much recognition?
It feels great. You know, it gives me a better class of haters. It's you know, it's nice to know that I'll be known for something on this earth, you know.
You're legendary.
Something constructive, something that created jobs for a lot of young soldiers in Africa, inspired a whole generation of Africans. So my job here is not done, but pretty much my journey.
Yes, I like that.
You know, but yes, you know, it comes with its perks. I get to be interviewed by lovely sisters like you.
Oh, thank you. You know, you mentioned haters earlier. I wouldn't have thought that you had like any haters at all.
I don't think I have any hate. I mean, even my enemies respect me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm a nice
How can
guy.
they not?
This is what you see, always smiling. I'm happy. I'm happy.
You've got nice teeth, that's
Thank
why.
you.
So what inspired you to start the hip life movement?
Oh man, the never ending story. I'll make it real short. I've always been into hip hop. I'm a hip hop head. And then at some point, I decided to get on the mic. English being my first language, I rapped in English. For many years, I lived in the West, New York, Ghana, London. And then finally, I got my Pan-African calling, which is come home. And so I did. And at the time, my father, the legendary Ricky Osei, I'll tell you much about him.
Sure.
He's one of the greatest fashion designers ever. He was the one that suggested that don't call it hip hop. He said, "Yo, man, friend of hip hop, friend of hip life." You know.
Wow.
And, yeah.
Okay.
You know, and may he rest in peace. And so we just, you know, I ran with it. It made sense because the most popular style of music form in Ghana is highlights. And so for packaging reasons, to name it hip life was real slick because it just fell right in there.
Right, I know it's a bit bizarre, but if you didn't come up with the hip life genre, do you think somebody else would have?
Yes.
Definitely.
I think so. Job moves like that. So
Definitely.
if it wasn't me, it would have been you.
You think so?
Him, the cameraman, could have been anybody.
Okay, so you were born in the UK, I believe,
Yes,
and then you moved to Ghana some years later.
Yes.
How did people respond to you when you came to Ghana and you started rapping in this accent that some people didn't really understand? They couldn't even grasp some of the lyrics.
Yes.
But they loved you.
Yes. Well, like I said, my roots is hip hop. The motherland is actually the blueprint of hip hop. I came home to a totally new Ghana. So here I come, the kid that looks like the kid that they see on MTV Base, the dreads. I talk Brooklyn with a UK underline tone and a Ghanaian swang. not slang, swang.
Swang.
You know,
why swang?
It's a word my father always used to say because he couldn't say slang. Okay. And so that whole Tricontinental vibe about me made my style real unique. It was real authentic. There wasn't no bruffalization.
It's very authentic.
I mean? Exactly. So it came from the heart, so it went into the hearts of the people.
When did things really take off for you?
My life though,
is it complicated?
I lost track of time because there's never a dull moment in my life.
Okay, so Sweetie and I Go were two of your, like the first and second singles released on the Macan
Yes,
album.
Macan was the first one.
Right. You have a really good memory. You even sound like you're rapping when you're talking. Like, how do people respond to that? Because it's even difficult for me to grasp sometimes. Everything?
Well, I hope so.
Do you feel as though you have to be particularly cautious about the kind of things you say in your music?
Yes and no. I'm very outspoken. I am known to speak my mind. My father was notorious for speaking his mind.
So that's where you get it
I kind
from.
of have a license to speak my mind because of my background. But I'm still cautious because I am home. You know, you don't hear me cussing on records.
I feel as though a lot of hip-hop artists are losing their authenticity, like they're no longer connected to their roots in regards to the kind of videos they have, like they're throwing around money, they're in front of flashy cars and stuff like that, and people may not be able to relate to that. Do you think that is the case?
I don't know, young people do young things, you know. Also, the whole Let It Rain thing, when you go back to the roots, it's very much Nigerian, man. Nigerians let it rain at everywhere and every.
This is true.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. And as much as our brothers and sisters on the other side, you gotta understand, it's that big bad boat ride that separated us, our people. So we come from the same tree. So you have certain traits that will always be similar.
Yeah.
And when you talk to cats in New York, or you look at these rappers and their big gold chains and they swag, and you look at that Santehene, there's no difference.
Not much.
I mean, he got the chunkies, you know, the bling, you know. So, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, what are your roots? You know, the world evolves. The very planet itself does
Rotate.
you know,
Yes, true.
So everything that happens comes right back around. So perhaps this is actually their roots. It's just coming in a different form.
I like the way you put that.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Let's talk about VVIP.
VVIP.
First and foremost, what is with the extra V? What does that stand
Extra
for?
V is when, ooh, that's my joint. Sorry. The extra V is when I stepped into the group.
You shocked a lot of
You know
people.
what I mean? For me, it's really exciting. It also exhibits an incredible amount of humility on my side. I'm saying, look, man, I don't take myself that seriously. The one thing that we do have in common is music.
But why did you decide to join the group? Did you sit down and think this through? Or did you audition?
It actually started off as a joke. It's when Promzi, one of the original members, left the group, I put it on Twitter. I was just joking. So I'm like, yo, haha, Promzi left the group. I've always wanted to be a member of VVIP, hoopty hoop. And then the response that came was like, yeah, go ahead, man, join them, you know. And so I applied for the job, and
you applied?
Yeah.
The godfather of hip life had to apply to be in a group.
I'm the one that called them up. Prodigal was in New York, and Lazy was here. Now Zeal, his name was Lazy at the time. And I said, look, you're missing one member, and the one thing you know that Grandpa can do is rap. I mean, that's
no doubt.
I got a few bars left.
So what was the selection process like? Were there loads of applicants? Did you have to send them a video? What happened?
Jokes. Nah, man, that's just a phone call, man. It's like, yo, Grandpa, you know, rock, I'm down. I'm trying to, you know, do something different, creative. Besides, in the history of hip life, we never made no music together. Me and VIP, and people always would ask, yo, why y'all ain't do nothing together? The music, you know, do a collab or whatever. So when it came in its own form, and it also came at the right time where I was spiritually aligned, right? You know, me and God be right, you know, physically, mentally. It's perfect.
I want you to take me through I think it's the first few lyrics of selfie? Because I know you say no Delilah.
No Delilah, fresh, rasta, straight on the gym to the shower.
Before that, you say something about Samson, and I can never grasp it.
Oh, that's the funny is, man. I did my early morning martial arts, whatever, you know, at home. So I came off kind of pumped up. So my wife, she says, "Hey, Samson," you know. So it kind of stayed in my mind. So when I hit the studio now, I was like, Samson with a smartphone.
Right, that's what you're saying.
Yeah. So the line, no Delilah, no Delilah,
clever.
Delilah Samson.
That's real clever.
Because I got the dress too, you know. Oh, for the maybe they ain't see my dress. So.
They're beautiful. How long have you been growing your hair for?
I lost count, but I've always had hair.
Let's talk about Reggie's office.
Yeah.
How did that vision come about?
Oh, that was divine intervention right there. I came into some real quick money. I was known to blow dough real fast. Way before BMF and them was talking that. I was young and reckless.
Were you ever in debt?
And of course, yes. But you know, God is great. Allah is great. I met a beautiful woman, Dr. Liman Zilla, and she's the one that she's the mother of my children, and she's the one that put me straight. She's the one that said, you know, this is it. The buck stops here, literally. She's the one that said, you know, put your name on something.
How is it balancing your work and your family life? Is it difficult?
It's real easy. I've been famous since I was young. Like I said, you know, it's a no-brainer. You know, I'm a black man trying to feed my family. That's standard. You know what I mean? And try to look good while I'm doing it.
You look really good.
So,
and you said you're 50.
Yeah, you know, I got 2 ages.
You do?
Yeah, I got the football age.
I was about to say, what's the football age? But would you say that you've seen and you've conquered, if I could say that, or would you say there's a lot more to do?
Well, usually when you say that, it means that's the end. But apparently I'm still on the charts. So
you are number one.
I'm still fighting.
What's the next single going to be called with VVIP?
The next single is called Hip Life, and when the video comes out, you'll know why. And it's paying homage to all the other soldiers that made the movement what it is.
How did you manage to get all of them together on one day? Because that's difficult.
Well, I am the grandfather.
Let's leave it at that.
You know, I'm the one that got them. You know, I'm the one that started the movement that made them who they are. So when Grandpa calls, you know, they respond. Cool, because when they call me, I'm there too.
Reggie, is there anything that you would change about the hip life industry now? Would you tweak anything, or would you just leave it as it is?
Yeah. The only thing that I might have did wrong was not registering the word hip life.
You didn't register it?
No, I didn't.
But no one can take that away from you. You're the grandfather. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, praise job, but you know, it's a generic word now. I wanted to like own it. You know what I mean?
I think you kind of do.
I do, but you know, it's for the people. Yeah.
You're the face of Benjamin's Hot Chocolate,
As
I
you
believe.
see right here. Matter of fact, the deal just came through while I was waiting on you to interview me. So me and you both surprised together. This is a new project, and this space is supposed to be for my face. So I gotta, you know, get a photo shoot, whatever.
How did it come about?
This is from a friend of mine, an old friend of mine, may God bless his soul, who passed away many years ago, and this is his son. And I found out, so I'm supporting this.
What artist do you believe, what hip life artist actually do you believe is doing really well at this moment in time?
There's a few. My brother Sarkodie, no doubt. Heavyweight, heavy.
I know, right? His lyrics, his demeanor.
He's amazing. Manifest. You know
I was with him the other day. He's such an intelligent man, so articulate.
You know where the roots that he comes from. He comes from an intelligent family. EL, no two ways.
You were telling me about his mixtape, yes?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, there's a whole bunch of them, man.
Can you tell me more about your relationship with your father? Because I can tell that you were really, really close to him.
Yes, me and my father was one of my best friends. A real believer. He was a fashion designer. When he passed, you know, a lot of folks a lot of good folks were worried about me when he passed.
They would have been, yeah.
You know, but you know, it's life.
Did you study here, or did you study abroad?
Both. I went to Achimota Secondary, Motown. I hardly stayed in that school though.
Were you afraid to?
I was just out dancing and, you know, doing all types of stuff. But yes, I did. And I still, you know, I went to the University of Life, street life, I always call that.
What's that? Where?
Just running the street.
That was your university?
Yeah, that's, you know, you learn. But as far as formal education, you can call me a semi-illiterate, you know, a lot of stuff.
Semi-illiterate?
Yeah, a lot of stuff that I learned is off television. Oh, I didn't go to university, none of that stuff.
Right, but you're really articulate.
I read.
A really clever man.
Yeah.
So do you have any tips for upcoming artists?
Pretty much the same thing I say all the time, you know. When you chosen to make music, you close to God. Because God loves music. You know, always remember that.
Indeed.
We would have never made that shit if we
without
wasn't
singing songs.
You know what I mean? So, but always remember that the devil also knows music. Because he used to be the head of the choir. Remember that. So, when you chosen to make music, you are really chosen. So, the devil's going to come hard at you. But God's with you. So, which way you go? Make up your mind.
Your faith is something that comes about, like, it's something you talk about a lot. When did that all begin?
About 2 years ago. I wasn't, like, you know, on my prayerful self. I wasn't, you know, checking. I wasn't talking to God like I do now.
Right.
But, you know, God is amazing. And he touches you when he's ready. And, you know, I got my calling.
And it's music, right?
Yeah. Feel good.
It's what most people spend their life searching for, and some never find it.
That was me.
That was you before?
That was me.
For how long?
Many, many years. I've always been, I have a great heart, you know. I'm good people, always put out good energy, but I wasn't doing the right thing. There's a lot more to me. And God just, you know, pulled my coat and said, come here, let me talk, let me holler at you. I listened, you know what I mean? So.
When did you first discover that you could rap?
That's a deep question there. I kind of bug out of my way into this, man, so
right.
I can't, but, you know, I went through the regular, you know, the rappers, they like the Funky 4+1s, the LLs, I pretty much went through all the...
Reggie, what is next for you? You've done so much already. What can we be expecting?
I think my life is worthy of a book.
Why haven't you written one?
You know, 2 books written on me, or somehow. One in New York by Professor Jesse Shipley called Living the Hip Life. You check that out.
You showed me that.
And that's another one. But I should do a
autobiography. Yes,
because I have lived and still live in a really exciting life. I think I should call the book, you know, Never a Dull Moment in My Life, and maybe do short movies. Yeah.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about acting or going into
I went to drama school.
Right.
Matter of fact. I originally set off to be an actor.
Were you good? Were you really good?
Wait till I tell Idris this one. You know, I will not. Oh, I'm trying to remember the line. I can't remember.
You can remember the line from that far back.
There's one particular speech that I have to give, and I do not consider myself legally nor morally bound to obey laws made by any institution in which I have no representation. That's it.
Wow.
Got it. That's it.
Your memory's phenomenal.
On the finale, the final play, because we went everywhere, and on the final play, because this was like stage stuff, you know?
Right.
I totally forgot this whole speech that I just gave.
Ooh.
My brain went blank.
Were you nervous or something? Was it overwhelming?
Let me break this down for you. So, I stood there in front of the people and walked out past the crowd, outside, and I got on a bus.
No, you left?
Until this day, no, I have not seen any of the people in the play. They have not seen me. I don't know what happened when I left.
Are you?
And here I am.
I can't believe you left.
So if they're watching this, somebody's like, yeah, I know that mother. You know what I mean?
Reggie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, the next segment of this show is called Controversial Moments.
Okay.
So I have 3 questions for you, and I want you to answer them truthfully. Will you do that for me?
I'm gonna try.
Okay. The first one. Were you the cause of Promzy leaving VIP? Because I know a lot of people ask this question.
Not at all.
No?
Yeah, Promzy had actually left the group a long time before I stepped in there. And there's proof. If you watch the video with them and Terry G, he's nowhere in that video.
Okay, you partly own your own record label called Casa Records,
yeah.
right? What hip life or dancehall artist would you add to that record label? Just the one.
Right now?
Right now.
There's a young brother by the name, I don't know if that's his name or the name of his group. It's called Vibrant Fire. He has a new single called Mampe. He's talking about big chicks. Mampe, yeah. And yeah, I would sign them in a heartbeat.
Now the last question. I was informed by a former artist that they helped you found Hip Life. I don't know how true that was. Was there anyone else who played a part?
Oh, without a doubt.
In the Hip Life music?
Of course. So many soldiers. Michael Cook, YFM. Michael Cook of Live FM. Mr. George Brown, he was a strong soldier. DJ Rap from New York. Okay. Very, very strong soldier. My father's the one that drew the name out there. So a bunch of soldiers, you got folks that was in the room, you know what I'm saying?
I see.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who you spoke to, you know what I mean?
I'm not even going to mention their name.
Well, I guess if the name didn't come up,
they may have been lying. Well, Reggie, I want to thank you so much once again for spending this time with me.
It's been a long journey.
It has been a long journey for you, but I mean, take a look at you now. You've come so far, and you're inspiring so many people. Reggie, I feel as though since I'm here and I have this opportunity, I want to say thank you. On the behalf of your fans, on behalf of us at The Journey, because you are doing amazing things and you are an amazing man as well.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So I just wanted to give you this.
Hey, gift.
Just from me, yeah, a gift from your fans.
I thought you was just gonna up and whoa.
Yes.
Hey.
As you are the godfather.
Is that like the queen stuff?
It's a king's crown because you're the godfather of hip life. So I thought that this would be an apt gift for you.
Grateful.
You're more than welcome.
I'm gonna rock these to church.
For real?
Sunday, white shirts.
You know what? I wanted to get you like a tie, but I've realized you wear shirts without ties. You don't. Ties aren't for you.
Not after the strange fruit of slavery. I don't do too good with ties.
Is that why you don't wear ties?
Not really. Sounds good.
So yes, that is for you. You're absolutely welcome, and thank you once again for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let me give you a hug.
Come here. Bless.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you
Slim